Ewan McGregor to join the cast of Ahsoka Season 2. Jay, isn't that exciting?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. We desperately needed another key jangling. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka. Yes, finally.
Wow.
This is what we've needed. This is what we wanted. And this all went around because of an appearance that Ewan McGregor made, I think, at Fan Expo Boston.
Yeah, Fan Expo Boston.
The only problem is it's not true. It immediately got picked up by Star Wars Holocron, you know, all the different Star Wars sites and blah, 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 from this article right here. The only problem is Ewan McGregor didn't actually say this.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor was specifically talking about his wife filming for Ahsoka Season 2, who plays Hera Syndulla, not him, right? To the point where Lucasfilm actually had to like reach out to some of the sites that were doing that and say, no, here's the transcript of what he said. Well, I like watching my wife, you know, so I really enjoyed Ahsoka. I mean, what else? Yeah, what else is he going to say? I thought that was brilliantly done. It's so funny. Like, you know, she's shooting the second season now. And I know, is that a secret? This somehow got spun into Ewan McGregor saying that he is shooting season 2 of Ahsoka, which did not happen.
The things that come out of these fan expos, they get asked the same questions like every time, and they're not going to say anything. They're going to, yeah. I mean, that's crazy that's how these rumors get started. But I know there's one going around with like Hayden Christensen. They're like, would you like to do a Vader 2? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'd love to do that. They get asked that question like almost, oh, there you have it pulled up.
Look how ready I am for you, Jay.
They have that. They get asked those questions every single fan expo. So it's like there's 10 questions they get asked. At least with Gina, there was 10 questions that she got asked. Almost all of them were exactly the same. Tell us about your fighting. Tell us about Star Wars. Did you steal Baby Yoda? Are you coming back as Cara Dune? She answers them pretty much all the same. Every now and then, a reporter might be at one of these fan expos, such as Boston or like San Diego, New York, wherever, things like that. And they'll like take a quote and just throw it out there that, oh, yes, Gina says she's returning as Cara Dune, or Hayden Christensen's returning as Darth Vader. They do this all the time at these conventions. They ask like the same one, and they're not going to be like, you know, Gina always just says, well, you never say never, you know, like that's pretty much what she answers that question every time. And Hayden gets asked the same stuff, and he's just like, hey, would you like to come back? Yeah. It's like, hey, would you like to come back? Of course, sure. I'd love to work with Ewan McGregor. It's like it's the same. It's the same question with the same answer until, like I said, a reporter finally shows up at one of these Comic-Cons and sits in there and just tries to get a quote or something. So, and then when they let the fans ask the questions, they're very, you know, and they're very gracious and stuff like that. Oh, I loved you in this. Would you ever like doing that again? Sure. If you loved it, I'd love it too. Like they answer like that. So I don't see nothing into this, but
no. But the thing is, like the way that this got around,
that seems crazy
so quickly. It shows you, one, I think, how like desperately pathetic people are for Disney Star Wars, that it's like the idea of him coming back generated excitement. Why? It would be one thing if he hadn't come back already, but he has, and we saw what it was, and it was fucking abysmal, and it did damage to his character and the legacy and to the lore and to Star Wars as a whole and to the audience. It did damage. Why the fuck would you want him to show up again, especially in a dog shit fucking series like Ahsoka? What do you want him to come speak during the World Between Worlds too, or you want to do a flashback? Is that where you want? You know, I don't understand how people could get excited for this at this point. How fucking desperate are you for like this little twang of something that you recognize? I don't get it.
But maybe she'll fall off a cliff and she'll have to fight him this time instead of Hayden. You know. Instead of Anakin who should be watching over his kids, instead wants to watch over Ahsoka at the end of Ahsoka 2 and smile and like, that's my Padawan. She's doing great. She's trapped on a planet. Oh man,
fuck my son. By the way,
yeah, like, I know. Forget Luke and Leia, whatever, or Leia. Like, forget him. Oh my gosh. I hope they do. I hope they bring him back. I hope this is actually true. And they give Obi-Wan Kenobi a special spot in the Ahsoka lore.
Yeah, and then this is kind of like what you said when people ask, "Hey, would you like to do this? What would you like to do?" Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, Hayden Christensen says he wants to do a live action Star Wars project in the Clone Wars era. I think there's some fun stories to tell, and if it meant I got to swing a lightsaber with Ewan again, that'd be amazing.
Pretty standard answer.
Yes,
I
and
like.
the thing is, I maybe I just fucking think so completely different than everybody else. We had 7 goddamn seasons of Clone Wars, didn't we? The Clone Wars that takes place over like a fucking 3-year period. We had 7 seasons of that. And some people might feel differently. Maybe it's been a while since you watched it and you were a kid when you watched it. I don't know. Maybe give it another shot. I think we've played a lot of that out. I think it's been played out pretty well.
If Kenobi was going to be anything, it should have been that. Honestly, he should have just been sitting there in the desert and look down and see like a coin, and then have a remembrance of a battle, and then that's the end of it. And then he goes in the next few episodes, he goes and sees another thing on the wall. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got this from here, and I remember." Like that's what it should have been. It shouldn't have been made, period. That's all I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't have been made, period. But it should have been a Clone Wars. Yeah, can we move on? Clone Wars 03, that cartoon, that's all you need.
Yeah, just watch that one.
That one's cool.
Dan Vass says, I want to remake the originals with Pedro Pascal as Leia.
Oh, how surprising would it be when they release Star Wars A New Hope in 2 years in theaters, that at the very end they go, "Hey guys, we got some great news. We're going to remake A New Hope with Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi."
Now, like I've thought that they're going to be doing that for forever, right? I don't think they're going to announce it on the 50th anniversary. I don't think that that's the case. I do think they'll do it at some point. There's no doubt in my mind they'll do it at some point.
I think that would be a perfect opportunity for them to really show how they can't read the room. They're like, the fans will love it. They get a new one. Trust us. That's how dumb they've been. That's how dumb they have been through this whole Star Wars thing. So
one of the questions is it going to be the special edition or is it going to be the original version?
Oh yeah, that's true. It'd probably be special edition. I bet it'll be the same one that's on Disney Plus. Isn't the one on Disney Plus the Malarkey or Malunky version? McClunky, yeah. Isn't that the version on Disney? I don't know.
I think so.
I think it'll be that version.
McClunky. Fuck,
man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Han Solo Greedo scene got edited again. And right before Han shoots him, Greedo yells McClunky.
That was like one of the last changes that George made.
For some reason. But that scene gets changed like every time.
It means like I'm gonna kill you or something. Like it's yeah.
There's like the first revision was like you see like the digital movement of Han Solo's. It looks really bad.
My favorite part of the special editions is the inclusion of Jabba.
Yeah.
In A New Hope is when like you have CGI Jabba appearing to Han before they like leave, and because Jabba the Hutt was originally just like a fucking fat dude, there's a scene where Han's like walking around him and like walks behind him as he's talking to him. But because they CGI Jabba in there, he's got a fucking tail, and Han's like walking around him. It is like it's like a stuttery, like they move him up and then down digitally as Jabba like gets his tail stepped down and goes, "Wah!" Like it is so fucking funny, man. I love that part.
It's pretty good that they added that.